everyone, today I'll be reviewing this movie. It is on Netflix called Godspeed, and it is a Turkish movie. And in this movie, we see this ex-army captain. He's traveling all the way to Delaware to stop his friend's beloved to stop marrying another man. But on the way to there, we see he become very, I guess, kind of like traumatic and very stressful person. Like also that he's traveling there with his lieutenant in this movie, in this car, and we see he has a lot of memory in this car, and we find out in this movie that his mom, dad actually, and his sister who died in that car. So this car has very sentimental value to him, without giving away any spoiler for this movie. So first act for this movie, it is very slow-mo, and you see him, he goes through all this trauma, he start rethinking about all the things happen in the war combat. We see him like he was, captain in this war zone. He was working with this lieutenant, and we find out more about everybody. So I thought this movie, how it's end, especially last half an hour, there is a major twist in this movie. Overall, this movie, like what I thought is, it is very heartfelt story about this soldier who faced who's seen so much stuff in the war zone. After that war, of course, he lost his leg there. You see, he wear this prosthetic, and we see him, he's going through a lot of stuff. So this movie, to me, it was definitely, the first act was little slow burn, and there's a reason for it, why this movie was designed like this. First act for this movie, it is little hard to get in, but once you go to the third act, this movie, it was very heartfelt and heartwarming, I guess. This is kind of like a sad type movie. You see this soldier, he lost so much in the war, and there's so much tragedy to his character. For me, it was too tragedy. I guess he had so much thing happen to him in the past. It's little too much. But overall, the third act, the twist, overall, I felt like this movie was like a very heartfelt movie, was trying to say a lot of stuff about war. May or may not have succeeded, but overall it is very interesting watch was for me. I thought although I didn't like the first act that much, because I thought the lieutenant guy, I felt like he was borderline annoying in this movie. So he has a reason for that. Overall, this movie, the twist, without twist, I would have thought this movie was really wasting of time, because this movie has a huge spoiler and twist toward the half an hour for this movie. I'll say this movie was really okay watch for me. The acting was like the acting from the main actor. I felt like because this director asked him to act like two-way in this movie, I feel like first act he might not have given a good performance because the way his character was, but toward the last act we see how unhinged he became toward the last act, and he was good, I guess, in the last act. Because the first act is this movie required him to do, or should I say act that way. Of course, toward the, now I'll be going into the spoiler. Of course, toward the end we learned that what happened to him in the war, and how did he lost his leg, and what is his relationship with this girl. He's going there to stop her wedding, and we see she's actually also try to end herself. This movie, yeah, it's dealing with a lot of stuff, especially last half an hour. It throws you a lot of stuff about a lot of character. Overall, I really like the lead actor, but I'm gonna be honest here, I did not like this lieutenant character at all. I found him very annoying. Again, I said spoiler, because he was dead. I get it why he was acting that way. He was just telling us because this guy, he's just thinking him in his head. End of the day, he's the one who killed him at the war zone. So I see why he carry all this guilt in him. Like you see, he feels a lot of he feels a lot of guilt in this movie, because end of the day he killed him by accident, but still he did do that. And I feel like, yeah, that is what this movie was trying to show us, about him feeling all this guilt around killing or shooting him, which is, I guess, it is traumatizing when you see it, and you see, because he was end of the day becoming friend with him. Overall, this movie, it is very interesting movie, especially toward the last act. It is very interesting, but still this is very sad type slow burn movie. You have to be really patient with it, I guess. And that's my thought on this movie. Let me know in the comment what do you think about this movie, and if you enjoyed about this review, don't forget to share my other reviews on other Turkish movie. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.